Earlier this week, Sony announced they have a State of Play set for June 2nd. It's going to be featuring some third-party things, so we're going to talk about some predictions for that, as well as what the rest of the summer is going to look like with these games showcases. The only company who hasn't announced their plans is Nintendo, but we can pretty much bet on Nintendo to tell us something this or next week. Hello world and all who inhabit it, it is I, the Great Zayran, and today we are going to be talking about this summer and the games we can expect to see at the different showcases. Let's talk about it. So right here is a great graphic of all the events we know to be coming in June, and right now we're looking at PlayStation State of Play being the first one, more to be announced because of course Nintendo hasn't announced theirs, but we expect to hear something this or next week. You know, I think Nintendo is going to do the same thing they always do, that mid-June direct that just sets up the later half of the year. So on May 27th, Sony announced their State of Play, and it's going to be Thursday, and it's going to be about 30 minutes of trailers and announcements. And before you get too excited, I don't think we're going to see God of War. It says, where is it? Here it is. We'll have some exciting reveals from our third-party partners, plus sneak peek at several games in development for PlayStation VR 2. That's good and bad. First of all, let's talk about the third-party games I'm expecting to see. I'm expecting to see Final Fantasy 16. Sony and Final Fantasy go together so well. They're not going to show their game at an Xbox showcase. They're going to do it at a Sony State of Play. Final Fantasy sells the best on PlayStation, sells the best in Japan. They don't really care about the Western audience, even though we do like a good Final Fantasy, a good JRPG here and there. So I'm thinking that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be shown here. That's a possibility. I'm hoping. I want to see it. Next game I think is going to be Street Fighter 6. Now Street Fighter 6 already had this really weird announcement trailer thing, but they said that they're going to see more, that they're going to show more this year. So we're really excited to see that. All we have is that dumb looking Adobe crappy made logo, so hopefully they give us a little bit more and let us know what's different or what's new about Street Fighter 6, because you know Sony has a heavy investment in Evo, the fighting tournaments, so of course Street Fighter is going to want to show their game off at a Sony State of Play. Now Capcom could have their own showcase. They had their own showcase last year at E3, which was absolutely terrible. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty crappy. It was kind of pointless. It was like a let's play. Like, not saying that let's plays are pointless, but if you're Capcom, why are you showing a let's play? You know. But they said in an investment call earlier this week that this is going to be their biggest year of sales yet. So we're thinking they're going to release Street Fighter 6 or show it off here at the State of Play, and potentially maybe show that rumored Resident Evil 4 remake. A lot of people are excited about that. We could see it. Sony could also show off a little bit of God of War, maybe like a 30-second trailer to get us hyped up for the next State of Play, because traditionally Sony does a State of Play and then a month later does a more directed State of Play at a certain game that they know is going to be the big holiday title. So we're expecting to see sometime in early July a God of War State of Play. But we may see just a little bit of God of War at this game, hopefully, or excuse me, at the State of Play, hopefully so. Now with Sony announcing this State of Play, that also confirms that there is going to be a dedicated God of War State of Play. Like I said, we just don't know when. Most people think it's going to be early July, mid-July, sometime around then, to get us hyped up and set up for that game, its release date, all that good stuff. Now for the second half of this sentence, plus a sneak peek at several games in development for PlayStation VR 2. I think that Sony really wants to sell this VR system. They want to get us hooked on the games. They want us to know that they have quote unquote over 20 launch games, big mainstream titles that they say is going to be on this thing. They want us to get us hooked on that because they haven't told us the price. And a lot of people are speculating that this is going to be a $500, $600 headset. And if so, I'm not getting one. I'm not that into VR to be paying that much, especially when I can just get an Oculus for $300. Now with the specs of the PSVR, there could be some PC compatibility, so maybe just plug your PSVR into your PlayStation or your PC and use it either way. And then a lot of those titles go to Steam and go to PlayStation, but no one really knows for sure. That's just speculation right now. But Jim Ryan in an investor call earlier this week said that Sony has revealed over 20 major PSVR launch games. So That's both first and third party. Jim Ryan he's hailing that, and he's saying, hey, we 100% have games coming to this thing. So I mean, this is one of the graphics that was caught inside of that investors call, excuse me. So, you know, new haptics, different levels of immersion. There's going to be haptics on the actual headset where your face is, which is really cool. And then once again, 20 plus major first party and third party titles confirmed for PSVR 2 at launch. What I'm scared of is that this is going to be a huge state of play that's going to show off 1 or 2 games from third parties, and then it's just going to be a bunch of PlayStation VR stuff. I'm not hating on PlayStation VR. I think VR is cool. I just don't think it's mainstream enough for people to pay as much as Sony wants them to pay for the headset, and for them to really like have a whole state of play around it, especially with people not really expecting that, expecting to see things like Final Fantasy 16, Street Fighter 6, a little bit of God of War gameplay. Just show us a little bit, Sony, please. Sly Cooper, that's been in the rumor mill lately, so I don't know how that's going to be received. Now, an announcement that isn't on this list is Sega has this new project announced. They have a live stream set up for June 3rd. I think once that gets to the west, it'll be June 4th, or because of the time differences or whatever. And I don't know what to expect. It says it's some urgent announcement and they had to do this live stream and had to get out there. It's going to be featuring these two fellows. I won't even attempt to say their names right now. I was going to be featuring these two fellows who in the last big Sega announcement they were in, it was wrapped around hardware. So there could be like Sega Dreamcast Mini or a Sega Saturn Mini, like one of those mini consoles for $100 preloaded with some games. If it's a Sega Dreamcast Mini, I'm totally buying that. For $100, I'm down. Preloaded with Sonic and some other cool games. But no one really knows. It's just, while you may feel a sense of deja vu with the lineup of presenters, please look forward to the announcement Sega tease. So you just never know with Sega. They're always going to disappoint you. So I don't know exactly. These ads are ridiculous, by the way. What is going on, yo? It's Fashion Nova. We don't really know what Sega's gonna do. They're probably gonna let us down. It's not gonna be Sonic Frontiers, which is the only thing I really want to hear from Sega this year is Sonic Frontiers, and of course Sonic Origins looks pretty cool, but only thing I really want to hear from them is Sonic Frontiers. And if they don't have Sonic Frontiers in the showcase soon, I'm gonna explode because I really want to see what that game's talking about. Now with this Xbox and Bethesda showcase, I did talk about this in a separate video, but they have delayed Starfield, they have delayed Redfall. Xbox does not have a major AAA game first party coming out this year, and it's not looking too good for them, especially if God of War drops this year, because Sony fans and everyone else is gonna rub it in their face. Nintendo living, they good, they got everything they need. Sony fans are gonna have God of War, and then PlayStation fans aren't gonna have anything. Call of Duty, I guess. I mean, but there's just not that much that is dropping that mainly sells on Xbox. What I'm thinking Xbox will do this year, they may not announce it at this game showcase, but they're gonna pull something out their butt for a day one Game Pass, a drop. I'm thinking it's gonna be Gotham Knights. I don't think they're willing to pay the bag that they need to pay to get Call of Duty on Xbox Game Pass day one, but Gotham Knights, I think they can manage. But besides those two huge companies, we do have Summer Games Fest Day of the Devs. We have Netflix Geek Week of Games. So they're going to be talking about a lot of games that they apparently have, because Netflix wants to get into gaming just a little bit more. Not really too excited for that. A lot of the games they have, I think they would do better if Netflix licensed their titles out to other developers and then let them make something that's going to be a AAA or even AA title and put them on PC and these different consoles, and Netflix gets into gaming that way. But it seems that they want to start developing and doing some their own thing. So a lot of people are excited because of the IPs they have, but I'm not excited from the games I've seen so far. And then we have the Tribeca Game Showcase, and then there is more to follow. So I used this Summer Games Fest graphic because it's just the easiest way to kind of see all the announcements that I really cared about all in one place. So let me know what you think down below. Are you excited about the Sony State of Play, or are you a little bit worried like I am that it's going to be a bunch of PSVR stuff and just a little bit of third-party stuff? What do you guys think about Xbox's situation? Are they screwed for the year? Do they just need to call 2022 what it is, a flop year, and just look forward to 2023? Or do you think they still have something in the tank? Let me know down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow, all the good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.